All right. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Hello,
Hello.
Pistol Pete.
Hey, Pavel, St. Paul. Hello, St. Paul.
How's it going?
Another week gone by.
Another week gone by, another 2 weeks gone by, actually, since the last episode.
That's so true. That's so true. Sometimes the technical stuff kind of fails.
So, what episode is this?
It's episode 12.
It's 12. Okay. Because we recorded episode 11 last week, but what is it? The audio failed us, and we couldn't actually produce the episode. So
Yeah.
we had to skip a week. So we actually did the work, but it didn't come out. So
Yeah.
anyway, so today's Tuesday. We're recording on Monday again, so it's unbelievable. We're on time. We're on schedule. That's very exciting.
Yes.
And we got 2 weeks worth of stuff to talk about. So
Yeah.
oh,
So main topic, I guess.
what's been happening? Yeah,
Well,
tell me what's been happening.
Well, we're talking to the people on the ground.
We're talking to people. Yeah, amazing.
We're talking to the people on the ground in Playa del Carmen. We are in direct contact with possible partners, clients, and it's given us this direct feedback. That's the most valuable thing a company like ours or
So
a
who
project
are we
like
talking to? Who are we talking to?
We're talking to Miguel. That's
Miguel's who?
Miguel is a propiedad de apartamentos
Vacacionales.
vacacionales. So he's a property manager, an Airbnb property manager who's basically managing property for Airbnb for property owners.
Gestor.
Is a gestor through the Airbnb. What do you call it? Shucks.
Platform. Maybe?
Yes, platform. And he was I would say one or at least the only one we're talking to at the moment who came out of the communication strategy which we took.
But it's not true. It's not true, really.
That's right. Okay.
We've been speaking to a few more people.
Yeah. We had contact with.
He's just the one that's gotten the furthest, I would say.
Yeah. That he's the one that we've talked to with about the meat and potatoes, and then we managed to get him on a conference call and basically offer him a cooperation, offer him the business opportunity of a lifetime. And we are we talked to him. He got through the funnel of all the communication up until the conference call, and basically
communication that you've been doing on Facebook.
Yes, and we are basically offering. We're looking for property managers like him, who would be willing to implement Affiworks in their business, or use Affiworks as a tool to promote partnerships or to resell
services.
Yes, along to their accommodated guests.
Yeah.
So that's the main point.
And it's a very exciting, I would say it's a very exciting part of the process because actually what we're doing is it's kind of new. I'm not sure, maybe somebody else does it, but we don't know about them. And it looks like it's new to Playa del Carmen. And one of the things that we're trying to get out of these conversations is we're trying to find out whether what we're doing makes sense to the people that we're talking to, which is the managers of the Airbnb rental or short-term rental properties in general.
Yeah.
And so the one thing that was super exciting about it was to have a chance to actually talk to someone, tell them what we do, which is we provide a platform that allows them to resell other services that would be maybe interesting for their clients who are visiting their Airbnbs. And we wanted to find out, okay, is this something that you'd be interested in?
And I gotta say, it's very, very exciting for me. Like I had a long time to talk to somebody directly about this project, apart from people who we were basically mentioning the project to here in where we are located from. But actually offering the service, that was a little bit of a that was the actual grind. I like that. That was excellent. It made me feel really good about it.
Yeah.
And We have to say, but that this is the news already, which happened more than a week ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks worth of material. That's the advantage of having something to talk about on a podcast.
Produced bi-weekly. No, so that was a week ago, and then you had a chat. You had a chat with somebody from Playa del Carmen as well.
Yeah, yeah.
What's her
Well,
name?
the thing is, I was in Playa del Carmen early in the year.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for 5 weeks, and I actually rented an Airbnb apartment from um, people, let's say, that own a building. They have, I think,
Mm-hmm.
about 30, maybe 40 apartments in the building,
Uh-huh.
and we actually made a very good relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they liked me as a guest. I liked them as
Who
hosts.
who wouldn't like you as a guest?
I don't know. 5-star reviews, baby. No, anyway, so we had a very good vibe going. So
Mm-hmm.
I reached out to this lady and asked her for help and whether she would give us some feedback. And then we had a conversation
Yeah.
about again about what we just explained, and it was very optimistic. It was very good because she said, "Okay, I mean, sounds interesting. If you guys can pull it off, I'd be definitely interested in trying it because it's just something that it could be useful to my clients, and at the same time, of course, it always helps to make extra money from a good service that you could be providing to your client, to your guest, to your visitor, and so on and so on." So I was very optimistic, and this was actually prompted by another conversation you had with a guy who was in
Yeah.
charge of a company, and I mean, I don't think they're owners of the apartments, right? They're just managers of the
Yeah,
apartments.
they're just managers. They're
And
just managers.
it's an amazing business, by the way, because when I was in
Uh-huh.
Alicante, in Spain, I remember I met a bunch of people because it's one of the biggest holiday destinations in Europe.
Yeah.
Definitely for, and it's extremely popular with the British. So when I talk to somebody here in the Czech Republic about Alicante, some people don't even know what it is.
I do.
You do. You've been there too. You got friends who go there. It's a great location. Not so
Uh-huh.
popular here, but I know in the UK it's extremely popular. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you got a bunch of direct flights.
Mm-hmm.
So many British there,
Mm-hmm.
and there are companies also who have I don't know 100 apartments
Yeah.
um, uh,
In management.
under management.
Under
Yeah. So
management, yes.
that's so there are like all these tourist destinations I think are very interesting, and there are going to be companies like that. And you had a conversation with one of these companies in Playa del Carmen,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his name is Rick.
Rick.
He's the manager of this a property management company. They have 150, 200 condos. I don't know how exactly. I think 150 he mentioned. Yeah, between 150 and 200 condos in management. And again, the conversation was absolutely like thrilling for me, talking to somebody about the product and trying to partner him, not in the sense that I was actually trying to sell him something. I just actually wanted to get a feel for how he would react if something like that was on the market, and whether he'd find it interesting or useful. Or honestly, the telephone call wasn't a pitch or some kind of a sales telephone call. And I think he was very, I would say, friendly and proactive. And the main point which he said was that they already have something like that built in house, which
Mm-hmm.
on one hand might sound, you would say, oh God, somebody already has the product. But on the other hand, it's a mega important thing to know, because it's a validation of the fact that this is a viable product, that actually somebody
Yeah.
else has invested in it and has build it for his own use, even though it will not become his, I would say, primary source of income. Maybe trying to distribute it to other partners, or using it to its full potential, the way
Yeah.
we wanted to use it. So that was very positive. And I have
Yeah.
to say that it didn't it didn't like the first moment when I talked to him, and I put down the phone, and I was sitting down and thinking to myself, oh gosh, well, there's a guy who actually has it. So I mean, how much that kind of is going to change the strategy. And then again, talking to you, and you say like, what? That's excellent news, man. That means that this is actually useful, that somebody actually wants to use it. And I was like, whoa, that's actually so true.
Yeah.
So
It's always going to be competition. Always
it,
going to be competition.
yeah, yeah. So
And the more
so
competition you got in the marketplace, the more valuable it is that you're doing,
mhm,
apparently. So,
mhm, mhm,
but
exactly.
two things I want to say to what you're talking about. Number one, cold calls, baby, cold calls. How long
Mm.
did you speak for?
15 minutes.
15 minutes, right?
Yeah,
And it was it worked. It was so
I kind of figure it works. We're basically aiming towards talking to him further.
yeah.
We want to get him on a conference call, so we want to keep him in contact. We'll see whether these 15 minutes and a follow up email, which I'll send, is gonna make him like curious enough to talk to us
Yeah, but
further.
based on what you say, you made a good connection and
Yeah.
you spoke for 15 minutes. You gained a lot of valuable market information. So, from
Mhm.
my point of view, definitely good. And so that's number one that I wanted to say. And number two, what I wanted to say was uh, that I just forgot what I wanted to say.
Well, you
God
started with
damn.
call phone. You started with
Yeah.
cold calls.
No, yeah. The number two thing I wanted to say was, like you said, it's not about selling. It's about trying to be useful, trying to find out information, and that was kind of what we were talking about. That was
Yeah.
kind of what we were
Yeah.
when we were because like we did preparation for the cold calls, right? We spent
Yeah.
a bunch of time talking about how it should be done,
Mm-hmm.
and I think one of the biggest mistakes, and I've seen this many times when I talk to people, is that when you mention the word sales, and that is my biggest challenge. So when I'm talking to anybody who's supposed to be doing sales,
Yeah.
I'm always saying you're not doing sales. Forget about sales because like as soon as you say sales,
Yeah.
people switch into the mode of, oh, I gotta convince that person that
Mm-hmm.
what I have is good. And that's like for me personally, that is absolutely the worst thing that you can do. That's the biggest mistake because what you gotta do is the only thing you gotta think about is, okay, what's that person's situation? Let me try to find out more about their situation and let's see if I can be helpful.
And if I can bring him aboard and
Yeah.
and sort of talk to him normally as a person, as a people
Yeah.
person, trying
Yeah.
to find out what he needs, trying to help him.
Because the thing is, I mean, if you stick to the, oh, I gotta sell this,
uh,
this is exactly what happens, and this is exactly why then you hang up the phone and you think to yourself, oh, they already have what I want to sell them.
yeah.
But if you take a step back and you're thinking about it a little bit more, there are a lot of synergies, and especially since we're at the beginning of our
Mm-hmm.
journey, we're trying to find a product market fit, right? So we're trying to
Yes.
find out, okay, is this going to work? And we got a bunch of things that I think there are a lot of synergies. I don't want to talk about it here
Yeah.
because it might be just something that is maybe too valuable to be mentioning
Uh-huh.
publicly, but
Yeah.
there are a lot of synergies that we can work on with this guy and bringing our product to the market. And
Yeah.
so,
And that was a
so
life changer for me this time again. Like, not a life changer, but it was again a big shift for
mind
me.
shift,
Mind shift. Again, it's a
boom.
learning process, something which this project brought me to. This type of cold calls or telephone calls or partnership calls, I would call them.
Yeah.
It's not a sales call. Is something which I'll be definitely using for the rest of my life. Honestly, very good know-how. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a look. I think it's about establishing relationships, and if you
Exactly.
focus on establishing relationships, the only thing that it's really about is just basically saying, hey, I'd like to meet you, and
Mm-hmm.
I just want to behave like a normal person and just be courteous, and be nice. And if it doesn't make sense, then thank you very much. Maybe we're gonna do business in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we want. But I think basically every conversation that you have, the
Mm-hmm.
ideal the ideal outcome of a conversation is that that person wouldn't mind going out for dinner with you,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, or for a drink, because you just don't want to be that kind of obnoxious person who's just like showing things down somebody's throat. At least that's what I believe in. I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe it works for somebody, but it definitely doesn't work for me.
Mm.
And I think what we're doing so far is proving that the strategy is kind of working.
Yeah. It needs to settle down. It needs one to have this kind of to internalize this kind of feeling and basically lose the fear of forget the fear of being rejected or lost. Just honestly trying to basically become friends or acquaintances with the counterpart. That's what
Yeah.
definitely totally works. That's what it is all
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. So right now we're at a position where I would say, based on the few conversations that we've had, we can, I would say, confidently say that there's interest or demand for the type of service that we're
Absolutely.
looking to provide. And now what we're trying to do is find suppliers,
Yeah.
which would
I,
be which would theoretically be the easier part
yeah.
of the equation.
Yeah, well, basically, what we're going to be doing is asking people or offering them, hey, we got a bunch of people here managing property, accommodating guests. You want to be in a catalog of services which we will be providing them, and through which
Yeah.
automatically you could get reservations. I think, I mean, who's going to reject that? All right, might as well tell us, oh, yeah, whatever, just put me in, or how does it work? And maybe we're gonna have a little talk about how it actually works, and maybe then the difficult part might be actually, in what do you, technically administrating this and putting them on board. But other than that, it shouldn't be a problem actually cutting the deal, doing the deal with
I
them.
think, look, I agree with you. I think the biggest challenge that we're going to have is just like with any other activity, and that's going to be finding the right person to talk to.
Yeah.
So apparently, if we find the wrong people to talk to in the company, then it's not going to work. If we
Mm,
find the right people, it's going to work. But
yeah.
it's going to be the same type of job. But I'm pretty sure that there are going to be people in a lot of companies that are focused on increasing the revenue,
Mm,
increasing sales. And if we
yeah.
can just get to the right people, then I think we should have a winner.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Great. Yeah. Well, we'll have to see about that.
All
What
right,
else?
cool. I think for the 2 weeks um, we kind of condensed a little bit what's been happening over the last 2 weeks, but
Mhm.
it's just the grind. It's pretty much the grind. It's working on a strategy, working on the phone calls, trying to find out what the best way to get in touch with people is going to be. I wish I were in Playa del Carmen right now. I think it'd
Oh
be
yeah.
just so easier. And of
Mhm.
course, it'd be nice to be in a tropical paradise.
Yeah.
But it's part of the challenge. It's part of
Yeah.
the, it's part of what's interesting about this whole
Yeah.
project. But I think even though we're not there, it's been going real well.
Reasonably well. Reasonably well.
Yeah.
And basically, apart from this whole project being a learning process, it's the main reason. One of the main reasons for doing it is that we want to be in Playa del Carmen and we want to go and meet these people, right? Which with
At least
whom
a
we're
little
doing
bit. Yeah,
a little
for
bit with
sure.
whom we're doing the business.
It
So
might be nice to be there in January when everything's frozen here and it's cold and so on, and it's like it's hot and
yeah,
sunny and just beautiful over there. So
yes, go warm our
let's see how that
bones.
works out.
Okay.
All right, and with that, I think we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
We've said everything that we needed to say. We need to be looking at next week and getting back to work.
Absolutely. Well, again, if anybody wants to follow our channel, hit the subscribe button. We're publishing all the content now on the Affiworks.com website, so make sure you check that out. And if you want to leave us a line, just go ahead. We'll be happy for any comments.
Yes, yes, yes. Like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, whatever they say. It's been great talking to you again.
Yes, thank
Let's
you.
hope we're going to be able to publish this one. And I'll talk to you again next week.
Okay, thanks,
All
Pavel.
right.
Nice seeing
All
you.
right. Thank
Bye-bye.
you and good luck.
Yeah,
Take care.
you too.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye, friend.